Hi everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to the Successful Showgirl Bootcamp. My name is Kitty and we are now on week 2 of bootcamp. So this week is going to be all about mindset. And as you all know, I am massive on mindset. I believe it is the foundation to literally everything. You cannot have any form of success if you've not got your mindset right. So this week I'm going to be giving you a number of tasks to do to get on top of your mindset. Mindset work is an ongoing process. So the stuff that I'm going to teach you this week, I want you to try and use it often. There'll be tasks that I give you that you can use every couple of months. There'll be tasks that I give you that you should be using every day. So we're going to talk a little bit about the different kind of things that I use to improve my mindset. You're never going to have a perfect mindset. You're always going to have wobbles, low confidence in some circumstances or sometimes, like all these things. It is an ongoing thing that you've got to keep going. This bit of hair is really annoying me, sorry. Yeah, so mindset work is something that you've got to continuously do, okay? If you're in my membership, you'll know that we do this work all the time. It's super important. The more you do it, it's just like a muscle. If you go to the gym every day, you build muscle. The same as if you do your mindset work every day, you build a bulletproof mindset. If you think you're going to do it for a week and then you're going to be really super strong and you're going to have like a six-pack, that's not going to happen, is it? It doesn't happen with the gym. Doesn't happen with mindset work. These are going to be techniques that you're going to have to work on. So today, for starters, I did post, oh look, it's 11:11 on the clock. At the minute, I am seeing 11:11 all the time. So I don't know if people are into angel numbers and stuff like that. I'm like into all this woo-woo spiritual stuff. And I keep seeing 11:11, which is a dead good sign. So if people are interested in those kind of things, we can do a little one on spirituality and stuff like that, manifesting. 11:11 is like a big manifesting number. So on Friday, I did post, well, I thought I did. I scheduled a post to go out because I don't work Fridays. It's my day with my daughter. So your task for Friday was scheduled and I've just gone to check in the group today to see how you all got on with it, and nobody's done it because guess what, it didn't post. So I'm going to have to give you 2 tasks today. I'm really sorry, but it was going to be a fun task anyway. So the 2 tasks that I'm going to give you today won't take you very long. One should have been Friday's task, but it just never happened, and one is today's task. Okay, so I'm going to just go back to Friday. What we should have done on Friday, what should have been posted, is I want you to write a letter to your future self, you at the end of the 30-day period when we finished, okay? So I do this all the time. There is a really good website called myfutureself.com, I think it is. There's a few of them if you type it into Google, where you can actually do your letter online, and then in like however many, whatever the time period is you choose, it emails it to you on that date. So you can do it for like 6 months, a year, whatever. So if you've got like a vision for like a year's time, you can write a letter to your future self and it'll send you that letter on that date to see like, have those things actually happened? Has it come true? All these different things. So we're going to do a letter to our future self in 30 days time. And in that letter, what you need to include is you need to speak to your future self as if the stuff that you want to achieve has already happened, okay? I don't want you in your letter to your future self to say things like, hopefully, try. This is like something that has happened. So if I was writing my letter to my future self, I would say, congratulations, Kitty, you've smashed boot camp, you've achieved all your goals, and then I would talk about them and list them and I would go into detail and I'd say all the things that I want to achieve in this 30 days, I would be talking about them in that letter as if it's done. Okay, this is you're sending a vibe out to the universe, which sounds woo-woo, but there is loads of neuroscience behind how this affects your subconscious, okay? So when I'm telling you these things, they are rooted also in some science. I'm not just like making shit up. It does work, okay? So when you do a letter to your future self, you're kind of training your subconscious that those things are going to happen. And then your reticular activating system, which is a part of your brain, it's kind of the part that filters stuff out. It starts filtering out the things that you don't need to be focusing on, and it starts noticing opportunities for the things that you do want to achieve. So your letter to your future self just zones you in on that. It's a kind of visualization exercise, okay? So we're going to talk about visualization this week, because for me, visualization is probably one of my biggest tools, mindset-wise, to achieve anything that I want to achieve. Anything that I've ever written down and visualized on it, I've achieved it, okay? So we're going to talk about that, but the letter to the future self is sort of starting off our process of visualization. So write yourself a letter to future you in a month's time and congratulate yourself on all the achievements that you've made, okay? Either write it on a piece of paper, put it in an envelope and don't look at it until then, put it somewhere safe and we'll open them on the 1st, or go onto something where you can schedule it, like myfutureme.com, and you can schedule your letter to come through to you on that date, okay? So that was Friday's task, but it didn't upload. Okay, so my apologies about that. All right, today's task, we're going to talk about creating an alter ego. Now, a lot of you are burlesque performers, so a lot of you are going to have thought about creating a character, which essentially is going to be your alter ego, okay? But we're going to go into it in a little bit more depth today. So what is an alter ego? Usually your alter ego is an overextended version of yourself. So my alter ego of Kitty Campari, all the things that I embody on stage as Kitty Campari are all the things that I would like to embody in real life, but probably don't have the balls to do it as Jen Ashton. So Kitty Campari is this glamorous, sexy, cute goddess, basically. That is my alter ego in my head. She's successful, she's wealthy, she's got all her shit together, whereas Jen Ashton probably isn't quite as good at all those things, okay? So I've created an alter ego over time as my character. Now, just because you're not a burlesque performer, you're not going to have a burlesque name, doesn't mean you can't have an alter ego. Loads of performers have alter egos. Beyonce has Sasha Fierce. Who else? Just loads of them, and I'm not going to be able to remember off the top of my head now. But lots and lots of famous people have an alter ego. It's that personality that they step into when they step onto stage that gives them the confidence to maybe do things and say things and be things that they wouldn't necessarily have the confidence as their normal self, okay? So as part of your alter ego, I want you to have a little think about, one, you need to know your goals, which we did on day one, so everyone should have done that by now. If you've not, there's really no point in doing anything else in this boot camp until you have done the day one task of goals. That is like paramount, okay? So you need to know your goals, you need to be clear. Number two, you need to be clear on your values, who you are as a person. Who do you want your alter ego to be, okay? I very much, as part of the Successful Showgirl, embody making more money and being free. Freedom's like a big value of mine. Not having to be dependent on somebody else, being independent, having monetary freedom, but also time freedom is important to me. It always has been. I've always worked for myself. I really don't like somebody else telling me what to do. I'm not good at it. So that's an important value of mine. And whenever that value's not met, I really struggle. I notice that I'm not as successful, I'm not as productive, I'm not as anything if I've got something that is affecting my freedom as a person or freedom of expression or individuality, my independence. I really don't like that. So that's a really important characteristic that I need to make sure that I stick with that value. You're all going to have so many varying values and it's fine, but I want you to pick 5 values, okay, that are really, really integral to who you are as a person. Like, I would say my integral values are independence is definitely one, freedom, even though they probably kind of go hand in hand. What else? Empowerment and empowering others is really important to me. Community over competition is a massive one for me. What else? A personal one, obviously, like inclusivity and diversity and things like that are also very, very important. So I want you to really think about what is important to you and get those values written down, because then we're going to use ChatGPT. Okay, I know people don't really like ChatGPT, but this is like a fun task. So I want you to find a picture of yourself that you're going to use to create your little alter ego in ChatGPT. Okay, so you're going to put your picture into ChatGPT. You're going to tell ChatGPT to create you an alter ego using your goals, and you're going to list your goals from day one and being inclusive of your values. ChatGPT will then come up with not just a picture, but it will also come up with a load of things about you, and it's dead interesting. Like it'll describe your alter ego as you want to be seen. Okay, so they're the things that I want you to do today. I want you to get a picture of yourself, put it in ChatGPT and say, create me an alter ego. It will give you an alter ego name. So if you don't want to use that alter ego name, when it did mine, it gave me this random name, and I was like, I don't want to use that as my alter ego name. I've already got one. It's Kitty Campari. Can you rewrite it with my alter ego name? And it did. So if you've already got a performer name, make sure you put in my alter ego name is this. These are the goals that my alter ego has, and these are the values and traits that I want my alter ego to have. And it will write you like kind of a little manifesto of who you are as a performer and a person, and that successful person that we want to be in the future. Your alter ego is really ideal you, isn't it? It's like future you, who you want to be. Okay, so that's your task for today. It is not going to take you very long, and it is a nice fun task. Okay, when you've done it, I want you to share the picture that it comes up with. So it's going to give you a version of you that corresponds to the values and all the things that you've put in and the goals, etc. And I also want you to pick out some important paragraphs that it's come up with that you feel like you resonate with, and pop them in the comments below so we can all see what little manifesto it's made for you. And I want you to save that somewhere, because that is essentially what we're going to be trying to work towards. When we do our visualizing techniques through the week, we're going to be thinking about that person, the alter ego, the person that's in the future, our ideal self. If you do any kind of like visualization exercises or mindset work, we always talk about our future self or our ideal self, or that's the person that's in the future that we want to be, but we're not quite there yet. And that's what we're trying to achieve with this. We're trying to make it visual, and we're trying to make it where we've got something to refer back to, so that in a month's time or 6 months' time or a year's time, we can look back and be like, oh, actually, I am that person now. Like I always tell us the story about when I did my perfect day letter, which is another kind of visualization technique where you write out what your perfect day would look like. And at the time I was going through a divorce. I'd just moved to a new town. I had nothing in my house. I was literally sleeping on a mattress on the floor, had no furniture. I'd had to leave my business behind where I lived. I'd moved 2 hours away to get away from this person, and I'd left my business behind. I literally was starting from scratch, and I wrote down like my perfect day. That was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and now that's exactly what my day looks like. But that's only from coming back to that visualization technique, constantly remembering what I want my life to look like. And now my life looks exactly like that. I do not set an alarm in the morning. I don't really have anything that I have to do every single week. I teach like one dance class, and then on a Wednesday I teach my membership classes and my course classes, and then on the other days I don't really have any set in stone commitments. And that's what I wanted my life to look like. I wanted it like today, when I got off this call with you guys, I'm going to the beach on a picnic date. Yeah, like I can do that just in the middle of a random Monday, because that's what I wanted my life to look like. I wanted it to be, again, coming back to freedom and being independent and not being tied to anything. And all these different techniques that I'm going to teach you are going to be techniques that you can use over time that will achieve your perfect day and your perfect life if you continue to do them. If you do them once, it's not like a magic spell and it's just going to happen. You've got to do it. It's like working out at the gym, same thing. Okay, so I'm sorry about Friday's one. I don't know why the schedule post didn't upload, but it is writing a letter to your future self. So these two things kind of go hand in hand. You could do your alter ego first if you wanted, and then you could be writing your letter to your future self as writing your letter to your alter ego. Whichever way round you want to do it, it's up to you. But writing a letter to your future self in 30 days time, you might want to have some fun with that, and you might want to do a second one and do in like 6 months time or something. You might want to be thinking ahead. And then I want you to do your little alter ego task and post your pictures and any like little fun things. I'll find my one and I'll post it in the comments under here. We'll do it in the comments. Yeah, don't just post it randomly, because then the group gets full of stuff. Okay, right, I'm gonna let you all go. I hope you have a lovely day. Let me know how you're getting on with the other bootcamp tasks. If you're not already in we've got a little group where we share recipes and stuff on WhatsApp for any of the people who are thinking about doing more healthier cooking and things like that. Obviously, that's not everyone's goal, so that's fine. But if you're not in it, let me know, drop me a message, and I'll send you the link if you want to join it. We literally just post what we've been making for our dinners and teas and how you can make it. Some people I'm starving all the time looking in it because everybody posts some amazing stuff. So anyway, have a lovely week, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.